up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 220, and we're recording on January 16th, 2023. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform. Sub to us on YouTube and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. All right, we really don't got any announcements or anything today, so let's just get into the big new releases. There are 3 songs this week. Pretty much, these were like the only choices, guys. Taeyang with Vibe featuring Jimin from BTS. Got the Beat with Stamp on It, and Yena Love War featuring B.O. Okay, let's start at the first one. Taeyang made his triumphant return with Vibe. He's from YG. Last 3 songs are like Wake Me Up, Darling, 1 a.m., but these are like songs that came out like 5 years ago, some of them.
Wow.
It's been a hot minute. The only other thing we've seen him in was the Big Bang reunion thing last year. But other than that, he went to the military, he got married, he had a kid. Like, all these things have happened since the last time we've seen him. I feel like this song name is very fitting. It's a vibe. Like, I don't know. I feel like they named it correctly.
Yeah.
It's an interesting song because, like, I'm happy Taeyang's here because I'm a big Taeyang fan. I think he's a great singer. I think he does a good job. The dancing is fun. The Jimin feature's great. You know, it all works together. But at the same time, it just felt a little bit repetitive to me. I don't know.
Okay. I think I kind of get what you mean. I felt a little less of repetitive, but a little more of draggy, if anything. I think the part that felt lackluster in that aspect to me was the chorus, where I felt I wanted more of an explosion. I wanted more of an impact. And instead, we got this vibe thing, which, you know, I feel like it could have worked, but like not so much with this particular New Jack Swing inspired pop genre, right? But then again, I'm not the biggest fan of New Jack Swings at all. That's you, Anita, right? Like, how'd you feel about this? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I like the sound in general. I think something that I thought of when I heard like the beginning of the song, like the very beginning, right before the drums kick in, was that it reminded me a lot of the run that Bruno Mars had, like almost 10 years ago. With the 24 Karat album that he had. It's a very 90s old school vibe.
Is 24 Karat almost 10 years old? No, it's not.
Is it not? I thought it was a while ago.
God, it may be 5 years, but
5 years?
24 7 years. 7 years.
7 years.
7
okay,
years. Closer to 5. Good God. Oh my God. I felt really old all of a sudden. Good.
I mean, I knew it was a while ago, which to me, I feel like, oh, this is a really nice sound, but it's not like the most trendiest, I guess. Like, I feel like this genre had its upswing a while ago, but I still like it. I just felt like, oh, I guess we're bringing it back to when it was really popular. I don't know. I thought it was cool, but I felt a little confused as to why they went with this sound in particular for a big comeback like his, especially because it was like in the middle. Like, it wasn't a huge like hype song that I've associated with him, or the ballad that was also expected, possibly. So it felt like, oh, this seems very down the road. Nothing too risky in any sort of way.
Well, I guess it's a bit of a risk moment, right? Risk-taking moment where, like, if you think about what Taeyang's really good at, like you mentioned, he's really good at the ballady, slow-tempo R&B thing, but he's also really good at the explosive, hip-hop-heavy trap thing. Right? Dance music. This, tempo-wise, energy-wise, definitely feels middle of the road, but at the same time, it's definitely not something he is really well known for. So I guess maybe he was trying to take more of a risk there, kind of like how Crush is starting off his post-military career with like a genre that's also inspired by the 90s and very different from some of his other work so far, right? So I felt like in that aspect it was a bit of an interesting choice to kick it off with this, in terms of, you know, this being his, I guess, like third arc of his career. Like if you think about the earlier days, then the 2010s, then now we're thinking about the post-military Taeyang. You know, this, I don't know, Taeyang, Doug likes Taeyang, I like Taeyang. I personally think he is one of the best R&B vocalists of his generation, easily. Easy. Not even just a K-pop vocalist, just like straight up one of the best vocalists of his period. And I felt like this genre or this style of song didn't do an amazing job of bringing that out of him. Because I felt like, you know...
I mean, the song rests on like the instrumental for this type of song. It has a very Paula Abdul type vibe, but I think that's a reference.
In the
That's like,
90s, 80s.
way
that's
too-
a very
way too-
specific... Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
It's like the like the drums that come in at certain
Yes.
points,
Just
right?
drums, yeah.
Yeah.
I will admit, I wasn't the biggest fan of Taeyang on this track, even though I love him. But Jimin, good God, I feel like he was actually a lot more appropriate for this style of music.
Oh.
You know the thing is,
Yeah.
I kind of agree with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Like
Well,
it's
I
a
was
Taeyang
actually-
featuring Jimin, but for some reason when the Jimin part happened, maybe it's the way he sings or his vocal quality or just his voice in general. But something about it was a little bit more captivating to me in this setting. I do not know why.
I feel like if you look at it from a larger picture, they have similar styles of
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, right.
They do.
Jimin sounds a lot more different because his voice tone is, you know, arguably very not common, right?
It's very high too.
Right,
for
right.
a male singer. Yeah.
Taeyang, I feel like I could trace back the roots to people like Usher, maybe even.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Right?
see, yeah.
So I feel like the contrast is definitely there, but Jimin feels like he's a little more suited for this pop heavy kind of
Yes.
yeah
Pop friendly.
pop friendly yeah.
It's interesting because normally with my features I want you to come in and add something very different, right? I feel like this feature was more just like a look who we got, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if it's that type of feature, but like because although they sound they have a different kind of sound from each other. They sing like basically the same thing, you know, in just different people singing the same parts, right?
So
I
a
just-
little different, but yeah, for the most part.
I just feel like it like I thought the Jimin part was great, but I feel like his presence and you got Jimin on the track, right? It just feel like it was more about the event of him being here than what they let him bring to the table.
Oh boy. Okay. So
You get what I'm saying?
I went and read some of the stuff that happened behind the scenes with the production of this track, right? So
Okay.
Really?
Taeyang came back from the military. He was working at Teddy. He was working with people of Black Label. He was trying to work on his new album. Tracks like Still Life came out. That was apparently originally supposed to be on his solo album as a solo track, but you know, shifted into a group track.
That would make sense. That would be
Right.
the ballad. Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, if you think about Taeyang on that track. This track was birthed. It came to existence.
This track was birthed. Yes.
Yeah, the track came out of the hospital born because so Teddy 2 years ago. This is 2 years ago. Teddy hit up Taeyang and he was like, "Hey, BTS is really popular. It'd be really hot. It'd be really popular. It'd be really cool. People would go crazy if you and Jimin collab, especially because Jimin was very well known to be a Taeyang fan, right? He's been doing various rearrangements of wedding dress all over the place. So I think you're kind of right. The song exists because they wanted to do a collab
A
event.
collaboration.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know, to a degree, I'm not complaining because at the end of
No,
the
I'm
day,
not complaining either. Yeah, I think mine was just more like the song itself, but I really like when they danced together. I thought that was
no, that was
That
pretty
was
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of the genre, but like I was getting like flashbacks to like 90s New Jack Swing videos with like
The lights and the stage.
the lights, the
suits.
stage, and it's there was a lot of videos with like duos, like R&B duos doing the whole like dance thing.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was the kind of vibe I was getting. I was like,
It's
not-
charting pretty well
pretty
too. I think it's number 8 on iChart at the moment. So
Makes
okay,
sense.
it's not bad. I don't know. I think for the hype I had with it, I'm a little let down. I'm not gonna lie. But maybe all that aside, this track isn't that bad actually. I just need to, think past my expectations.
You're right.
Yeah,
I feel like-
it's not like he's gonna drop a day like a legendary track every single time he comes back,
Well,
right?
to me,
You
this
know
felt
that.
like a build up to maybe something more.
I'm hoping.
Right? Like
Well-
it feels like it could be a pre-release without
So
that label.
you know what I said? He's been working on an album for
I
2
mean-
years.
Am I wrong with this statement of saying that this song sounds a little bit like a post-credit song?
Oh, yeah, I could hear it.
Is this
Right?
is this the end of a Disney movie where they're like breaking it down
Yeah,
and
no, right?
in the,
It feels
in
like
the
it-
high
it
school
feels-
gym?
If you listen to the song, I could completely imagine, the credits coming up the screen, right?
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that.
I was just hoping for the main movie, though. But that being
We'll
said-
see it. We will
That being
see
said,
it.
I'm not. I think this is fine. I want to. It just makes me want more. Because like
yeah.
it's like the Big Bang guys went away for so goddamn long that it's ridiculous. We're like begging for crumbs over here, right? I'm very happy that this happened. I like the Jimin feature. It completely makes sense with what they're going for. I want to see more though. Is my palate has been wet. I want more.
Your what's wet?
What?
What? That's a common phrase.
Yes, yeah.
Palate?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said your pants are wet. I was like, that's not.
What?
No.
No. Oh my god. Okay.
I was like,
Hey, maybe some people's pants got wet watching the dance collab at the end.
Well. Okay.
pee, go wee wee.
Okay. Let's move
on.
on. The next one was Got the
I'm so
Beat,
sorry.
right? Stamp on it, SM Entertainment. Their last song was Step Back. Got the Beat is that collaboration super girl group that SM makes, right?
Avengers.
It has,
It's the Avengers of
yeah,
K-pop, right? That's what.
Yeah.
It's the female Super M equivalent. Boa, Taeyang, Hyoyeon, Sugi, Wendy, Karina, Winter, all in the house. This is the most SM track they could physically make. Is it not?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is the
Yeah.
it has every single SM trope in one song.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The beat
Yeah,
change ups,
I
the
think so.
vocal styles, the trap heavy drums.
We got dolphin parts, right? Like
Oh yeah.
The
we got a classic Hyoyeon rap verse,
Yeah, that too. Now that I think
Yeah.
about it, yeah.
I don't know. Does it work?
I think
Like I like see I'm so biased, right? I like every single member of this thing, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
Same.
I'm a giant fan of every single thing. But at the same time, it's like they're just hitting all of the different notes that I've seen before from
Okay.
SM stuff.
You know what it is. You know what it is, right? Like, you know what it is. Like when you're growing up, right? You have a room, right? Or
Yep.
you share a room with your sibling. Sometimes it's clean. Most of the times, let's be honest, it's not. And your mom walks in and she's like, "Your bedroom
And your pants are wet. Wait, what?
No.
No.
Shut up. Your mom walks in while you're studying or something. I don't know. Look.
Okay. Okay.
Your room is a mess.
Your room is a complete mess. Your mom goes, "Your bedroom is a pigsty. It is messy.
Uh-huh.
It is
Right.
unorganized." And you go, "Oh, I know where everything is. It's organized on my books because I know my
Okay.
phone is over there, my pencils are over there, my book bag is on the floor. Everything is where it should be." That's the kind of impression I'm getting with this
Oh.
track, where like they think it's organized. I don't think it is.
Ah.
You know what I
The
mean?
outside eye. It's
Yeah, like
not.
I'm the mom. I'm looking at the thing. I'm like, this is the book bag's on the floor, guy. Like it doesn't belong there. Come on, like pick it up. That kind of. And the kid's like, that's where it belongs, mama?
I mean, my biggest takeaways from the song was Sugi wavy hair good, Karina ponytail good. Those are my two biggest
Is it?
takeaways from the song. I don't know. I feel like if you're someone who's been into K-pop for a while, like you listen to Girls' Generation, you listen to Boy, you listen to Red Velvet, you've listened to aespa, you don't get a lot of like this doesn't feel like you learn a lot more from this track.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it, right? It's like when you show up to a class one day and the teacher just teaches you everything you've learned already. You're like, oh, okay, it's cool. I'm not angry, right? Because I get to
Right.
just chill out here and
Well, I do feel like this song feels particularly less organized compared to the other tracks. of
oh
this
yeah,
direction.
they wrote down every single SM trope, and they're like, how can we physically fit all of these things into 4 minutes? It's a long song for a standard K-pop song these days.
Yeah, we don't do 4 minutes anymore.
And going back to the Taeyang song, that song was a little bit short to me, where it was 2:58, and I feel like we didn't have enough time to explore a lot of things.
I agree.
But I feel like this song, we explored a little too much, maybe. Like, you know, at a certain point, I was like, is this gonna end? Like, not like this is so bad, like, let's get it out of here. But in a way, we're like, I feel like we've been doing this a long time, guys.
No, same. I've
been stamping on it.
I had the SojuTalk playlist while I was showering, and like I thought the song was on loop for some reason instead of the entire playlist.
I thought the same thing.
I don't know. The Taeyang song would have done a lot better with an outro, but that's a different story.
Yes.
This one I feel like had like transitions where we didn't need them, and like transitions too long when they could have been a little shorter when you didn't need them. Maybe there were random interludes in the middle. Like we had 3 versions of the chorus. Like, did we need all of that? Like,
do you like the goo 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 goo?
That actually, I think it's cool. I actually like.
Okay.
Yeah. Go 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 go. That thing.
I think it's Winter, right? It sounds like Winter.
No, it's probably just a random vocalist that.
It sounded like a extra vocal.
Yeah, it's probably just a sample loop that them joints found somewhere. But I mean, for the most part, I think he's definitely leaning into that hip hop sample loop thing with the edgy samples, kind of like the flutes off of Sticker, right?
Well, okay, so same producer as Step Back, right?
Them joints. Lovely man.
Same vocal sample structure as Obsession, which they also produced from EXO.
What?
Which I noticed, I think.
But like the thing about taking a vox chop or a vocal chop and then sampling it and then looping it throughout the entire track, that's like something hip hop does. That's not exclusive to them joints.
I know, but I'm saying like it's so interesting that they decided like, okay, this is gonna be the sound we want Got the Beat to have, you know, like a very, very much like they're leaning to this producer because of that sound, I think. Which is interesting. And I feel like I definitely agree with the fact that it doesn't feel like we're doing anything new. Just more of the, like, even more of what was already demonstrated in Step Back. And I don't know, I also felt like it was super heavy-handed, like maybe even more than Step Back.
Oh, yeah.
In the vocal direction.
Yes.
And I feel like, why? Like, I get that this is the group. You know, like we want to highlight all the best qualities, like the vocals, the dance, everything, right? I get it. And I think they do succeed to some extent, but I feel like why are we keeping a lot of the background vocals? Why are we like
Wait,
I don't know.
What do you mean by the background vocals? Like,
so if you hear the song, there's a backup vocal that I believe it's the vocal director of SM Youngjin, I believe that's his name.
my boy Youngjin, yeah.
Yes, so he has influenced a lot of the vocal performance, like just what is the SM vocal, I guess, the way that they perform in the song, I guess.
Yeah.
And I feel like I already hear it. Like I hear them do the high notes. I can tell, right? Why do we still have his background vocals? I don't get it. Who's what?
Because he probably liked it. He was like, "Oh, this is good. Let's keep it in."
I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it was cool the first time around because I felt like, okay, yeah, I guess we're alluding to like where this is all coming from, like the SM sound. But it feels like, so is he a part of this? Got the Beat? Is he like going to be the thing like that is associated with their sound as well?
Shake it up.
You know how aespa has like 8 members, 4 real people and 4 aespa members. This is Youngjin. That's what it is.
Is that what it is? I just found it very interesting that it's been this group in particular that has been really, really, really like pushing for his vocals and like his direction in like music wise, which is cool, right? And it's very iconic to the SM sound. I just felt like it. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it in the group.
I'm gonna, put on my conspiracy thinking hat, and try to make some guesses with my tinfoil hat over here, right? The Taeyang song, like we discussed earlier, is more of a collab and an event than a artistic direction, right? Got the Beat kind of honestly kind of feels very similar. It feels like let's showcase all the best talents of SM girl groups that we have right now, and do it in an SM way, which happens to be a big collaboration of all the stuff that they've been putting out recently. If you think about NCT, if you think about aespa, except NCT and aespa, they both have their individual identities as a group.
Right.
There's an NCT thing going on over there. aespa has that whole let's kill Black Mamba thing going on over there. They all have their own thing, but they took all of that away and then mishmashed whatever's left, and then you have this pure, unfiltered, raw, concentrated, cold brew version of SM's musical ideal world. And now it feels too much because concentrated coffee is very bitter. I need it watered down, or put it on milk or something. That's the takeaway I'm getting with the track. Is like, I understand where SM wants to go, but this is too strong. This is too much for me.
It's amazing how these kids with really strong levels of natural singing talent get molded to sing like the SM style. That's what the amazing thing.
Yeah. That's
like particularly Boa, Taeyang, Wendy, Winter, right? Like those four people, their singing styles are like, they have different tones obviously in their voices, but they all sing pretty much similarly. They're the way they sing the notes and stuff, the technique. It's amazing what SM does.
You know what's really ironic? If you think about the other side of the spectrum, Hyoyeon and Karina are kind of rapping in a very similar way too. Like if you think about it.
Here's the thing though.
That's true.
I can palate the Karina rap more than I've ever been able to palate the Hyoyeon rap.
Okay, I can't believe that I'm saying this. I am so sorry, 8-year-old Warren, but Hyoyeon's rap has gotten a lot better.
This is better.
This is go back and listen to like her older stuff off of Genie. This is way better, dude. She's gotten better. Partially, it's because she's getting better stuff to work with, but honestly, I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed all the members, seeing them, hearing them, watching them dance.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yes.
But if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for my personal investment in Taeyang looking really good in her wolf cut and like all that,
do you like the bar thing she had on her nose bridge? Whatever that was.
I don't know what it was, but it looked dope. I'm not gonna lie, it looked dope. Okay. Yeah.
It's not a real piercing. It's just like rhinestones on each side. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Styling was great. Styling was good.
Taeyang's been active for like 15 years, 17 years now, 16 years now, right?
I think so.
I can't believe they didn't style her until like this until Got the Beat. Like she looks great in this kind of edgy.
I mean, they all look great.
They do.
In my household, the opinion is Karina looks like someone drew what a K-pop idol is supposed to look like in a caricature, and it just came out, and that's Karina. Like, sometimes she doesn't even look like a human, yo. It's insane.
She's like an AI drawing. That's what she is.
No, really. Bro, Sugi wavy hair, though. They got to do this some more. I think it's great whenever they do it. I like that. Did you like Karina ponytail with no bangs?
That was cool. I don't quite remember it.
I thought it was like the highlight of the music video for me.
I'm sorry. I'm not a ponytail person. I'll be honest.
I'm a ponytail person. I think it was great.
Clearly.
I remember that section though because is it close to the dance break?
It's her rap section.
Yeah, right? It's somewhere around there.
It's right after the rap right after the dance section.
Before that dance break though, I feel like there's so much going on. I remember. I think she looked nice. I was gonna say there's like a introduction to the bridge before the dance break, which is just like vocals, just different melody though.
Wendy singing in front of the necklace part, right?
Yeah. Yes, Wendy. I think Boa might have been singing as well.
Yep.
I don't. Yeah.
It's Wendy, Taeyang, Boa, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Probably them three. That vocal line was really, really nice. I liked the melody there. But then, as with other parts of the song, it felt like we switched to a completely different part. And then we had the rap section. And then we went back to the chorus. And then we brought back like I don't know what to call this section. It bothered me the most, I think, because I don't know what to make of it. It's when they do the
chant part?
Baby.
Oh, the baby part.
Yes.
Okay.
What happened there? Why did it go up?
That part is completely unnecessary. Completely
right.
unnecessary.
That's what I thought. I was like, did we need that?
No.
I mean, it's not terrible, but did we need it? I don't know.
It's there to aggravate us because they need to keep doing mix pop or whatever. Sorry, that's JYP.
That's somebody else.
The music video should have ended at about 3:28 before they went into they did the baby part into the inside the car scene, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought we were done, and then we went back. Yeah.
See, because that part exists, they need to transition into it. They need to transition out of it. So much wasted minutes, you know? They could have.
I was so confused.
I don't know why they did that. I'm not gonna lie, Anita. I know how you like the R&B ish part.
Yes.
Right before the dance break. That part's cool, right? But like, we gotta stop doing that. Them joints. You gotta stop doing that. That's how many tracks have we done that on? Like I remember we did it for aespa, we did it for NCT like 5-6 times now.
So you're talking about having like a dream-like vocal part, right? You're not a huge fan of that.
Playing a pad instrument or like an electronic piano instrument, and then suddenly the hip hop heavy track becomes very R&B focused. That thing
Yes.
is. I liked it when you did it in Cherry Bomb because I think that was the first time you did it. Maybe not. I don't know. But Cherry Bomb was how many years ago? 6 years ago ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
And we've been doing it many times. And I make these criticisms towards Teddy. I'm not gonna hold back on you either, man. We gotta try some other things. This is too predictable at this point. It's a meme.
I mean, this whole song is very predictable, right?
Is it? I was a little confused at parts.
I know. I was surprised at the decisions they made, but I wasn't surprised by anything that I heard.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The elements themselves.
The elements themselves I've heard many times. It's just this combination was a little surprising.
The whole track was me going, they're not gonna do it, and then they did it.
Then they do it, baby, 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 baby,
baby, baby, baby, baby. That part is so.
Man, Anita, that one time the Yongjin guy has like he has the ad-lib like once or twice in the whole song, and Anita hated it.
No, it was a lot more frequent if you think about it.
It was. I just felt like I could hear it so clearly. Like it wasn't even as background as I thought it was in Step Back. I just
didn't even try to hide it.
Like it's there. Like that was him. You were supposed to hear him.
I'm telling you, Youngjin is the 8th member.
I mean, I didn't notice it when I listened to it, but Anita was like, "F this guy, get off the track."
No.
That's what Anita was like.
The thing is, like, to be honest, I'm not like. I like his style of singing, right? Like I feel like some people might not love it, but I like it. I think it's nice, and I think what the key thing for this song was that because you have so many strong singers that are all singing in that style, plus him, the original singer that taught them how to sing in that style, it felt like maybe it's a little too much. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anita, these 1 minute, 1 second ad libs that happened like twice in the song ruined it for Anita.
Okay, dude, you need to go listen to it. It happens a lot more often.
No, it's the only thing I could find him saying is "Shake It Up." Shake it up.
Maybe
I listened through the song like 3 times. This is the only thing I was able to find.
I'm pretty sure he was underneath the chorus as well. But
was he?
I might be tripping. What I will say is, when we talk about songs like these, we should always look at it with, we should always consider context, right? But for the sake of this conversation, if you remove context for a second and assume that this is a comeback from a 7-member girl group like this, we have too many people doing the same thing. That's kind of what you're saying, Anita, right? Like,
yeah, I guess. I mean,
oh, okay.
I wouldn't say like they are. Like the positions that they hold, right? Like vocalists, of course, like they did a great job. I just felt like the style that they're singing in, right? Like I think with the typical makeup of a group, not like maybe like 1 or 2 lead vocalists, like strong, the main vocalist would be doing this, like the same style. Or maybe complement each other more. I don't know.
What I'm thinking is like all of Taeyang's parts could have been Wendy's parts, could have all been Boa's parts, all could have been Winter's parts, because they all have a very similar style. At that point, it's just interchangeable with each other. And I don't know.
All right, you might be right. I found like 6 Shake It Ups. Maybe he just inserted it in whenever he felt like it. Okay, never mind.
All right. Anyways, they look great. I like seeing the members.
They do look good.
Song, I don't know.
I agree. I
All
like
right.
the kids. I like the kids more than the song. The final
Fuego
one,
was really nice.
Yena Love War featuring Bio, who is a very hot commodity at the moment because of the Counting Stars track from last year. She's from Yeihwa. Last two songs, the only two songs she has as a solo artist, are Smartphone and Smiley, and she is formerly of IZ*ONE, as many of you know. This was a big change from the like upbeat punk rock, a little bit influenced stuff that we had with the other two songs.
And
hey. She full sent it with this one. What genre is this, Warren? What is this?
R&B, pop R&B, cafe music, as I like to call it. Yeah.
Yes.
I 100% prefer this to the other two songs.
That's a very big number. 3 digits. Wow. Maximum.
No, this is better in my opinion.
Wow.
I feel like I'm more biased towards this sound, and I think it's easier to choose this release between the other two because the other two, in my opinion, were a little too similar. Like they felt like a very slightly tweaked iteration of each other. So this stands out even more, and I think it's nice.
I obviously like R&B music. I like hip hop music. This is up there, right? And that kind of route. And you know what? I'm kind of sold. I like it too. In fact, I like that we're exploring who Yena can be as an artist, right?
Yes.
Good musicians are more than just a single stereotype. And so far, if you only look at Smartphone and Smiley, that's what she is. She's a very happy person. We're looking at the other side of the coin. It's very different. And I kind of appreciate that we're willing to look at it, even though marketing-wise, that's probably a very risky move. Fandom cultivation-wise, also a probably very risky move. But at the same time, if you think about what sells in Korea, if you think about general public success, an artist that has gone in this direction and has become a staple and done really, really well is Hayes. And the entire time I'm listening to this,
This sounded like Dean and Hayes.
Yes.
That's the kind of vibe I was getting.
Right?
In a very good way.
From like 2015, Dean and Hayes, right? Like
Yeah.
It really does to me.
Yeah. What I really liked about her, in this track is I didn't know she was capable of something like this. I'm not gonna lie. Like she has let go of a lot of the exaggerated, strong vocal things that she typically does.
I want to talk about this because I had stated previously, and I will stand by this, that I thought that when you sing a song, you're more or less like the whoever produced the song. They're like I want you to sing it like this. Essentially, you're playing a character, right? When you sing a song, because it's like the vision that the producer had or whoever wrote the lyrics or whatever made for you. I felt like in Smartphone and Smiley, it felt to me like it was a little bit forced, like to sing like that. I felt like it was like too different than how like I would naturally see Yena sing something, right? In my opinion.
Yes, and we say this despite knowing that her character in media and whatnot is a very happy person, right? She is a very upbeat person. But
I even feel like that's an act too. Like that's my opinion.
Oh, we're breaking the fourth wall. They're all like that, buddy.
I know there is, but I feel like I've seen her in certain stuff and other stuff, and I feel like she was hamming it up for the camera, is the way I'll put it, for Smartphone and Smile. But this one felt more natural to me in the vocal presentation.
Yeah, it's a lot lower in terms of register, and I feel like that gives a lot of room for her to like actually express what's really great about her voice, and that's her husky tone, right? All of that's kind of thrown out the background when we're doing Smiley and Smartphone, which I think it's a bit of a trade-off. You're gaining a lot of great energy by doing that, but at the same time with this, I feel like there's a lot of nuance that goes into like singing like that, and I really appreciate it. I really do. I think I wouldn't complain if she even toned it down even further, but you know what? I'm not complaining. I think what she did was really great. Another thing that I do want to point out that I really liked was that she has her name on the credits as the second lyricist and the second composer.
Ooh.
Boy.
Cool.
Boy.
Okay.
That's very nice.
Artist Sarah Yena over here.
This is so interesting because I feel like I can't recall if she had any of her creative input for Smartphone or Smiley.
I will double check. Keep
But
talking.
it makes, I guess it makes more sense with Doug's argument that this felt a little bit more natural in a way.
I mean, both the Smiley and Smartphone EP sold about the same amount of albums. The major difference between the two songs was Smiley hit number 8 on Circle Chart,
It was
right?
popular, yeah.
Whereas Smartphone was 119th. So I think that Yehua saw this and be like, she's selling a lot of albums because she's popular, but people clearly were not the biggest fan of our second iteration of the same type of thing. So I think that they felt the need to switch it up, and I think it worked tremendously.
Stepping back for a second, she did take part in writing lyrics for the Smartphone and Smiley. But
dude, the entire EP, she helped on the lyrics on but she helped on the musical side more this time, right?
this time she's actually part of the composition as well. So that's, to me, that's big. That's can't complain at that point.
I think that's a calling card that this is the type of music that she actually wants to make.
I feel like
I
maybe. I,
know,
think
but,
like that could be an argument, but I also feel like it's nice that it seems like she's not, and maybe she's being supported by her management as well, but like not being pigeonholed into one specific concept, because I think that was one of the worries that I had with a Smiley and Smartphone, is that okay, we're going down this very, very specific route in her presentation, where I feel like it limits a lot of other stuff that she could do and might want to try.
Yeah.
So I like that they took a risk with Love Work, because I feel like it's very, very different, like 180 of what she did before, but she's doing it well, and I think it can also expand like her range.
Right. We're giving a lot more character dimension as an artist.
I
Right?
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Really dig all that. Let's talk about Bio real quick, right? Y'all, did y'all like Bio on the track?
I thought
it was nice.
the feature was okay, but the energy felt a little different than her parts.
Yeah, same. Same exact reaction here. I feel like he was very high energy all of a sudden, and that wasn't really mixing well with the track. Whereas what I've been liking about the track was how Yena was willing to tone it down for the entire track, and then Bio hops in, and he's like kind of high pitched. He's like, doing the
His is more like
thing.
His felt like a little too playful for what she was presenting.
Yeah.
He's
exactly.
just like, I hate you, go away, we ain't agreeing too much, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But here's Yena's like, I want to kill you, like...
Yeah, he's like, I got a knife.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand why they put Bio in, right? Because he's, like you mentioned, he's an incredibly popular asset right now.
At the moment, yeah.
But I do feel like he's just, at the end of the day, it feels like he's being used as a marketing buzzword and not really like a great addition to the track. Whereas BB earlier in her debut was great choice. Bio, I feel like, does really well if the other artists on the track is, maybe a little more different. So I'm thinking about his work with Paul Blanco on Summer. That was really great, but that was very clearly two different kinds of vocalists, two different kinds of rappers. I feel like there could have been other alternatives that make sense for this kind of tone and budget she's working with. Like Geary Boy has been doing a lot of great work with Haze in this kind of direction, and I don't think he's that expensive.
Where's Dean?
Yeah,
Dang.
Dean could have been great,
Bro, okay.
Where is he, though?
Dean is the most, it's like the weirdest situation I've ever seen. Because, for me, Dean as an artist had the decision, do I want to be mainstream in Korea, right? Like, I could be a big star. I could be on variety shows because people think I'm handsome, People like my music. Collabing with Haze, it's fun. Everyone likes these songs. And then he just decided, I don't want any of that. That's what it at least appears to me, as a casual fan.
I mean, he's basically a downgraded Frank Ocean at that point. He is apparently working on an album, and he has told people he's been working on an album since 2016. It was originally slated for 17. It was called Revenge at one point. Then it was called Jungle. Then it was called Untitled. Now I don't know what it's called, but apparently it's coming out soon. So who knows? Anyways, I feel like another person that would have been great was like Youngji, because I know they're good friends.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine Youngji's gonna charge a lot and they're friends.
I get.
right?
I guess the best way to summarize how I feel about her discography as of now is that I feel like the first two songs did a good job of presenting Yena, the K-pop idol, right? Whereas Love War is a better interpretation of Yena as an artist.
Ooh.
That's the way I'll put it.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
it's kind of loaded what I'm saying there, but at the same time, I
No.
feel like it's fairly straightforward if you watch the 3 music
Yeah.
videos, right?
yeah.
I like this. I think Yena has now opened Pandora's box, and now I do not know what to expect from her going forward. I think this shows an extreme maturity that I was not expecting to get out of her music, right? I thought the Youngie, the acting, I enjoyed that. I didn't expect her
Oh,
to
yeah.
pull that off too.
It
That
was
was a
nice.
great
The
music video
was
too.
Cool.
Yeah.
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 She was giving us a big emotional depth here, and I'm completely down for that. I'm now more excited. I like Yena as a person. I like her as an idol. I'm now more excited about her music though than I have ever been, and I think that's a good thing.
I think at the end of the day, right? If this works out, if songs like Love War work out, it's clearly meant to be a track that's meant to be on the charts for a very long time, because that's typically what these songs are like. And if it works out, boy, she's gonna have a lot of money to work with for whatever she wants to do next. And now the door,
Yeah.
like you mentioned, it's an open box. It's an open box, and we can
I'm
do
very
whatever we
curious
want.
about how this is going to chart. I wonder if it's going to.
Hopefully
Okay,
well.
it's already 27th, and it just came.
All right.
27. Okay.
So-
Wait. You said Smiley peaked at 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smiley peaked at 8. All right. Let's go for 5.
Hey, it is the exact same score right now as Stamp on It, so that's saying
Okay.
something.
All right. Okay.
And it's probably on the way up because of the way the charts
Let's do
lag now. So we'll
Top
have to see.
10.
No.
Top
no.
5.
Top 5. We're gonna make it to 5th place at the
Top
very
five?
least.
Okay,
Let's
I
go.
like this. I like
5th
this. I
place.
like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're confident. Okay. I think that covers the big new releases from this week. The other two songs, Primrose made a debut with Primrose, and then Dreamcatcher released the 6th-year anniversary special single called Reason.
Ooh.
But we are now at the Spice King, the Spice chart, the Soju chart, Hall of Spice, all this BS. We're here. We're here now, guys. Last week, episode 219, Anita
What?
wrecked us here because Ditto picked up double crowns on a double week when they could have entered the Hall of Spice. So they're sitting at 2 crowns.
It's okay.
OMG from New Jeans is sitting in 2nd place, and Monster X's Beautiful Liar is in 3rd. The 3 new candidates are the songs we covered this week: Taeyang Vibe featuring Jimin, Got the Beat Stamp on It, Yena Love War featuring BO. Boom. Okay. We got to correct some things here, and we got to maintain Ditto in 1st place, Anita. You got to put them in 1st. 2nd place, you have to put OMG. 3rd place, you got to put my girl Yena. That has to be the chart this week.
All right. I agree with every single person you mentioned, but not in the order.
God damn it, Anita.
I'm sorry. I still really think OMG is a little better, in my opinion, than Ditto, so I still have it in 1st place.
Do you have a favorite member of New Jeans?
No, I don't think I do yet. I haven't really seen there's things outside of like performances and just music stuff.
I have. I'm between Hedin and
who is it
Hani.
now?
It's one of those two.
Oh,
Why not
very
both?
nice.
Why not
True.
both?
Yeah, like 40% of the group is
Why
my
choose?
bias.
There you go. Yeah. Well, yeah, I also have Ditto in 2nd, so still in the chart. And 3rd place was a little close for me. I would say that before I had heard the Yena track, I had Taeyang and Jimin in
Fair,
3rd
fair.
place.
fair.
Just because I in general the genre is really nice, but I do want to give props for the switch up that Yena's Love War had, because I think it felt even more refreshing. Like I think it was something I was not expecting from her, and it works really well. I'm more excited to see what else she would like to go into, like more genres, different concepts. So I'm gonna put her in 3rd as well.
Yes.
I agree. That's why it's on 2nd for me. Love War is great.
Ooh,
Whoa.
second.
2nd. It's great.
Second.
Huh.
It's great.
First.
I mean, you know what's on
Third?
first. You already know what's on third. OMG's on third. Diddle on first. Look,
Wow, can you explain putting Ditto below Yena a little bit?
Diddle's on first. OMG's on third, and that's because I've had a good run with OMG. I have. I've liked it.
Oh my god.
I've liked it.
It's
Don't get me
good.
wrong. I enjoy it still, but it's lost. For me, I've listened to it a
Really?
lot. I have. I've listened to it a lot.
Really?
I'm
and
the
it's-
opposite. The gap has closed for me. Like
Yes, I
that's just
agree.
happened to me.
Good for you, Doug.
Well, OMG is great, but I've had a fun time with it, and I'm ready to put it in my toy box and come back to it in about a couple weeks later. Ditto, on the other hand, boy, am I still dancing to that song. Boy.
Bro, the wheelchair gorilla dance thing in OMG when Hani does it with her like pouty face, bro, it ends me
Cute.
every single time. Like that's the highlight of the music. That's the killing part for me right there. Oh, it's so good. Gochu Gang though, it was very contentious this week.
I
Ditto,
see that.
first place with 59 points was what the Gochu Gang gave them. Second place was OMG with 56, so they were basically a second place vote difference there. And in third place they had Yena Love War featuring BO with 23, so there was a big gap between the New Jeans songs and Yena. And then fourth place was Taeyang. As a result, Yena comes in third place with 6 points. Second place is OMG with 12, and in first place, entering the Hall of Spice as the first entry in the class of 2023
Wow.
is New Jeans Ditto with an astounding 18 points.
Let's go.
That's
Let's go.
crazy.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, I'm still willing to vote for OMG next week, y'all. We got
Me
two.
too.
If we got 2 good weeks, we could get it into Hall of Spice. Just letting everyone know.
That's my goal.
I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain.
Okay. Finally, show winners. Anita hit us with the singular show winner.
Yeah, the big winner. Surprise, surprise, New Jeans. So they won on Music Bank and Show Music Core with Ditto. So they have a total of 4 wins with that track. And then once again with OMG on M Countdown and Inkigayo. And then 2 wins for that one as well.
Yeah, so last week I forgot to write the New Jeans win somehow. I think it's mostly because the Wikipedia pages weren't made for 2023 music shows yet. Like they separate them by year, so they weren't made at the moment. So I had no clue who had won. So sorry on my part, but you know, New Jeans picking up 6 wins in total so far for these double comebacks. All right, that ends part 1. So just talk episode 220. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of Soju Talk episode 220, wherein we are going to give you the news and events from last week. The first one. This was the final time that Ditto received the perfect all kill. They achieved an incredible 432 of them.
Wow.
So that means for 432 consecutive hours, they were pretty much number 1 on all of the major charts plus YouTube in Korea.
God. How many?
And the
days
most
is that?
the funniest thing is that the only reason they aren't racking them up continuously is because OMG is number 1 on YouTube for the past week.
Oh.
The YouTube number updates like once or twice a week. But like it's like that's it. So that's the number 1 thing on YouTube, and it's OMG now. It's not Ditto.
So it's basically they killed their own hype.
From what I understand, I believe Ditto is number 1 on everything else but YouTube at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah, literally everything but YouTube.
You know, I always feel like the song Ditto is better, but the music video to OMG is better. So that that kind of checks out with how I feel about
I
it.
will
There
give
you
you
go.
that. Yes. So right now, Dynamite and Ditto are now the idol group songs with the most perfect all kills in the history of K-pop.
Look at that.
Hype.
And I found this chart here, right?
Okay.
Dynamite, 610. Perfect all kills.
Ooh.
Number 2 is IU Celebrity, 462. So I guess that's technically in there too. Ditto with 434. And then we got Zico's Any Song, IU Lilac, Brave Girls Rolling, BTS Butter, Sock 3 Beach Again, Icon Love Scenario, and MSG Wannabe Foolish Love. Other than Love Scenario, which was in 2018, all of them are from 2020, 2021, or 2022/2023 now. So all of these are recent that we've had this happen.
Right. Yeah.
And if you think about the impact all of these songs had, like, man, it's wild.
We're in an era now in the Korean music scene where things are charting, and when a song is popular, it's popular mainstream. You know,
Yeah.
like
All
that's
kills,
all.
yeah.
That's all people listen to for like 10 days straight, essentially, right? It's incredible
Yeah.
that New Jeans are able to accomplish this with like their second batch of releases. It's absolutely crazy.
Think how excited Hype must be. Most of these artists
They're
are Hype
winning.
artists. Yeah, BTS, New
Yeah.
Jeans, Zico.
Mm-hmm.
I guess not Icon or the Jesus Look folks, but like, damn, like still, damn. Look at that. Oh man.
It's like all of these have like stories to them. Like Any Song was a massive thing. Dynamite was humongous, right? Like all of these are very notable songs. The Sock 3 Beach
Totally.
Again was the giant event with UJ Suck, Rain, and
Mhm.
Ihyori.
Yeah.
MSG Wannabe was a group that UJ Suck put together using various celebrities. Like all of these have big stories behind them, which it clearly means that New Jeans is one of the biggest topics in the K-pop industry at the moment.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
typically I'd say maybe too early to tell, but Song of the Year?
Oh.
It technically got released in 2022, but I completely see your point.
Yeah, but it's basically like what, like December 30th, 29th,
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Come on, yeah.
It's insane though. All right, next one. Fan platform Universe to shut down service. And it is being acquired by bubble company Dear You. So it's another fan platform. I believe mostly Dear You is a lot of SM and JYP is on there.
Right, yeah.
Because they each own, it says here in the article, 32%. So
Okay.
yeah, so
What
this
happened?
Universe thing, they did the Girls Planet 999. You know, everyone was really hype. Everyone down at Universe, and we dealt with how terrible it was. It's over. It's been like a year, and NC Soft is like, yeah, we're done. We're done with it.
You know what actually happened, Anita? The bubble's dead. Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant like not bubble the platform, but like bubble as in inflation. Like the bubble popped.
I see what you
per
mean.
se.
I see what you mean.
Like
It seems now we're all like, you know how we used to do, like everyone was on V Live or everyone was on Down Cafes, right? The original way to do it. We're basically consolidating into either are you a Weverse person or are you a Bubble person, right? It's essentially what we're
Coming
doing
down
here.
to that, yeah.
yeah, I don't think there was enough capital flowing into these companies to like actually maintain however many platforms. Like
So
yeah.
pretty much it's like, are you on the high platform or are you on the SMJYP joint platform? Is what we're pretty much getting at this point.
Oh boy.
Yep.
All right.
I think Weverse is the better one though, although I really haven't used either of them too much.
I like
Yeah.
Weverse. Bubble is Bubble.
Okay. We got some other things. Omega X announced
Ooh,
that they
yeah.
have won the lawsuit against Spire Entertainment.
Let's go.
Good for them.
So
Let's
this
go.
happened on January 11th. They basically publicly announced that they won the lawsuit to suspend the validity of their contract, which means they are not Spire Entertainment employees anymore. So they are completely free. I don't know what that means as the group as a whole, but you know, this has been a long time coming. It was at the point where like they had done irreparable damage to the relationship,
Yeah.
and it was over.
They needed
This
to
is
get
good for
out.
them. I'm very happy because this was ridiculous. Okay.
Mhm.
Next thing. Kakao Entertainment secured a 1.2 trillion won investment from the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund, Public Interest Fund, and Singapore Investment Group. 600 billion won each.
What?
Since the second half of last year, Kakao Entertainment has been seeking to attract investments before an IPO. Oh, okay.
What is this money?
Saudi Arabia right?
Uh-huh.
And Singapore, pretty much as countries, have invested about $600 million each into Kakao Entertainment.
As countries.
Yes.
Wow.
This isn't like a company in Saudi Arabia. This is Saudi Arabia itself.
Yes.
I mean, if we thought about it, Saudi Arabia bought Ronaldo, the soccer player, right? Essentially.
Okay, it's a little different.
They're in talks to buy the WWE from the McMahon family at the moment.
What?
Yes,
Why?
that's also happening.
Okay.
And now they heavily invested in the Kakao.
I guess
What is this?
this is the Manchester City era of K-pop now.
Isn't this the 1.2? So could you imagine Kakao's like, yeah, we should get some investors, and then with like a month, like a year later, it's like, oh yeah, we got $1.2 billion worth of investment. All of a sudden,
$1.2 billion.
yeah.
What are you gonna do with that money?
I don't know, but it's ridiculous. They it says here that they plan to use the funds to improve their financial structure. No shit, and prepare new growth engines through mergers and acquisitions. So this is going to be used to grow the company even further. They're going to try to buy other companies.
That's a bit of a red flag, isn't it? That's a bit of a red flag. Don't Monopoly, please. It's a fun game, but not in real life.
And additionally, the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund is the second largest shareholder of NCSoft and Nexon.
Wow.
Okay, I had no clue.
Yeah, so they're making big
much
inroads into
money.
Korean massive companies.
This is so,
So
much
much
money.
money.
I don't even know
So
what
much
to
money.
react. This 1.2 trillion won.
Trillion.
Have we ever used that unit before? Trillion?
No, trillion? No.
No.
There's so many zeros. That's like, I think like...
I don't know
think
how
it's
many
like-
zeros. Like straight
It's
up.
12 or it's 12, I believe. Yeah, it's 12 zeros.
Wow.
Well, congrats to Kakao.
Yay.
Bro, they must have like been like, oh shit. Like they must have had a huge party, right? They had to have, right?
No, they probably had a pizza party somewhere. Let's be
A
honest.
pizza party.
Let's be real.
You could order one thing at the at the convenience store, guys. You can get one thing.
Everyone
Oh,
gets
yeah.
one samgakkimbap each. Come on.
So that happened. Next one.
Jesus.
This is a kind of this is developing as well. So we're not gonna make any hard judgments on this, but a group of military evasion brokers were recently arrested, and they claimed that one famous idol rapper was also exempt through them. From his profile details, it is assumed that Vix's Ravi is that figure, but it's stated at this point that Groovelin couldn't be contacted, but they did release a statement. They basically said that we're looking into it. We'll let you know what happened. What's notable is that the brokers reportedly gone around promoting themselves, stating that they had used their services in order to get this rapper a grade 4 military assessment, which means that you don't have to serve an active military. You basically get a desk job for 2 years.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
they were basically going around telling people, if you use our service, we'll get your son a desk job where he doesn't have to do anything too difficult.
First of all, I'm not sure what's going on with the marketing tactic. I don't know. If I was doing something like that, I'd probably want to be a little more low key, a little more down low.
Yeah. If true, he's kind of screwed, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see, man. We'll have to see.
Yeah. So, oh, it says here also. Oh, I see. Okay, so let's read this article. Earlier on January 12th, it was reported that a group of brokers was arrested on charges of corruption to evade military service by designating their clients to a neurologist at a large hospital in Seoul, and then giving them a false medical diagnosis of epilepsy in order to get their exemption from military service or a lesser military grade. So they were basically saying, we're going to send you to this neurologist, and he's going to tell the government that you have epilepsy so you can get out of doing harsh military service.
So essentially, a fake doctor's note.
Yes, is what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had gotten into the pockets of some kind of doctor at one of these hospitals.
Well, that's not very good.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets cleared out, the conclusion to this.
It's ridiculous though. Finally, so this one happened first. Fab will be ending service for Luna on February 11th, 2023. Fab is their fan platform.
They have
So
one too?
yeah.
Okay.
So basically on the 12th, it was announced that their fan cafe is ending, right? So everyone was like, that's not good for the group, right? Like, what does that mean for the girls and whatever? It came out, though, the day after that 4 of the members won their lawsuits against BlackBerry Creative. So they had apparently had injunctions to suspend their contracts with BlackBerry Creative. All 9 of the Luna members, Heejin, Hasu, Yeojin, Kimlib, Jinsol, Chedi, Eves, Gowon, Olivia Hay, all basically filed lawsuits. Wait, we're missing some people here, aren't we? Chu is out of the group, right?
Yeah.
Vivi. Oh, well, hers is different because she's a foreign person.
Yeah,
That's what's going on.
2 of the folks didn't file a lawsuit to begin with. It was Vivi and another folk. I think it was Hyunjin, actually. Is she on the list?
Yes, because she
Hyunjin.
was still working on World Cup stuff at the time they filed the injunction. That's what it was. Okay, cool. So basically, it went to the Seoul Northern District Civil Court Division 1, and they somehow determined that 4 of the kids could suspend their contracts and not be affiliated with BlackBerry Creative anymore, while 5 of them had lost. So the kids who won their lawsuits are Heejin, Kimlip, Jinsol, and Chedi. So their exclusive contracts with BlackBerry Creative are terminated. So they are not affiliated with BlackBerry Creative anymore. But it is said that Hassel, Yeojin, Eve, Gowon, and Olivia Hayes contracts underwent provisions in the past, and they must be carried out as is. So we do not know what that means, but there's something in their contracts that they must fulfill still, it seems.
Okay, that's very awkward.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Luna V now? Is that what it is?
What people are worried about is that BlackBerry Creative, they have this such terrible relationship with the company now, and people are concerned that BlackBerry Creative is going to make them continue to work, which essentially puts them into further debt.
That's the bad thing with these contracts, but
I mean, here's the thing. Well, when you're signing a contract, make sure you know what it's about. Read the thing.
read the fine print.
The fine print. Make sure you're not going into debt every time you sign a contract. But
I
don't blame them though. I'll be honest.
It's tough not to sign a crappy contract when you're a kid and who wants to be an idol so bad because it's your dream. So you sign a disadvantaged contract as the first one.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's true.
Who am I to tell a kid don't sign the contract? Like, even though the group might be doing pretty well.
It sucks that they can't win.
Oh man. Here's the thing. I on a different note, on a less official but still kind of official note, I know that Luna fans, Orbits, have kind of unionized together all over the world, both Korea and domestic, to do a collective boycott. Anything coming out of BBC, they boycott. Yeah, that's going on, right? We know that. To a degree, I think it's been pretty effective, right? That's, I think, why obviously the lawsuit plays a part in it, but I think a big part of why they're shutting down the fan cafe and all that probably has a reason why. So maybe the contract with the 5 other folks is still here, but I wouldn't be surprised if this project completely shuts down in the next half a year or so, right?
Yeah, well, I've seen this you've seen this in sports, or you've seen this in other things where people basically just have to write out the remainder of their contract,
Yeah.
I think this is very particular in sports teams. Let's say someone's on let's say someone signed a deal for 4 years, $100 million because they were playing really well, right? And then let's say in year 1 and 2 they play terribly, they're stuck on the books for the next 2 years, right?
Yeah.
But the difference between that and the difference between this situation is, in the sports situation, those last 2 years they're making a ton of money for doing no work, right?
Yeah.
But in this situation, they're literally making no money. They're just probably sitting there.
They're just sitting on top of their negative balance.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
That's why I think that certain companies that are the companies that are doing it right are the ones that basically say, when you debut, your debt with us is completely gone because it is our investment in you, right? That's the way that it should be done. These companies, I think, need to see their training of certain trainees before they debut as an investment and not just as a bill that they line up for the kids after they debut.
That's the modern way to look at it, right?
Yeah.
That's essentially you're looking at your idol members as a startup. I guess
Yep.
that's the comparison I'm gonna make because I used to work at a startup.
Hmm.
Your investor gives you money. There's probably something written somewhere about how much they're gonna make back, but at the same time, the company profit doesn't go straight into paying back the investor as soon as they're making cash. And that works. That typically is supposed to how it works. That's how it typically works because startups don't make profit for a very long time typically. So do most K-pop groups.
It's just I think it's just in 2023 it's just unreasonable for these kids to be like 4 or 5 years into their career and still be in the like made $0. You know, that just doesn't sit right with me.
So, sorry, not $0. They're sitting on negative. That's
true.
kicker.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're in debt. Like straight up. They're mid-20s, guys.
It's just kind of ridiculous. Hopefully the rest of this will be resolved soon. But the final thing is BTS Jimin solo album next month in February.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
You
They're really hitting all of the solo projects before the military calls, right? That's what it seems like.
they need to. Yeah. No.
They need to. It should be fun.
Like
I'm
to see it.
low-key after this Taeyang thing. I'm kind of hyped.
Yes.
I'm very hyped.
What
Very
could
hyped.
it be?
Let's get it going.
All right. So that's all the news from this week. Next week, in terms of music, there's only like 3 releases. Signature, which has that girl from Yumish, Chloe, right?
Oh,
Shout out to that girl.
Go Blue.
GOT7's Jinyoung, and then Twice is pre-release. So they're releasing a pre-release on January 20th for an album that's gonna come out in March.
Okay,
Huh.
that's
So this
rather
is a
early.
really pre-release. Yeah. So that's happening. All right. So that pretty much wraps up the pure K-pop section of episode 220. After the break, we do have something this week. We have Warren finally named it. We're going to do a World Cup of the best minor conveniences that could happen to you in 2023. So if you want to stick around for that, please do. But once again, this is ending the K-pop portion. So if you're someone who only comes for the K-pop stuff, now's your time to leave. But I'll do the outro now so we don't have to do it later. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week for the K-pop section. We'll see you guys after the break when we do that World Cup. 3, 2, 1.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Bagel, Based, Mina, Brian, Shadow, Cotton Ball, Delmonic, Ellie, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and Jay Parks. Tier, thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erde, Koala, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297. All right, folks, here is what we're doing today, right? We are doing best minor conveniences that could happen in 2023. They're positive things. They're all positive things. Trust me, they are.
Small good things.
Small good things that will raise this entire year. It will make this year the year.
I like this.
All right.
Uh-huh,
We have
okay.
8 events. We'll go through all of them and pick the best one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
let's go. All right, first one. First battle. All right. You have more time to work or study on your hobby because the new season of your favorite show gets postponed to 2024. Versus, you're able to buy one album of your favorite group and you pull your favorite member's photo card from that one album. So 2 different events, right?
Isn't one of them kind of bad? The left
Yeah.
one?
That's good. You get to invest in yourself. Personal
that would be
progress.
that would be like for Anita if Attack on Titan got delayed another year. Now she has more
Just
time.
end it now.
Hey Anita, if you read the manga, it ended.
It was over a long time ago.
I'm not that invested. But-
Or the other one, you are able to. So I can only buy one album this year, right?
You're able to only afford one, right? Let's just
One
say you
album
are.
this year, but I'm assured to get the photo card I want.
Yes.
Nice. Very, very nice.
I mean, if you think about it, you're able to study, you're able to invest in your future.
No.
That's gonna be a long-term win.
But at the expense of like knowing that you don't get to see this piece of media for another year.
Just wait till 2024.
That's
You
too
know what's the
long.
worst though? When you get very invested in the show and it gets postponed and then it finally comes out and it's absolute shit. I.e. Shield Hero season 2.
Was it that bad?
It was so bad.
Oh man.
I couldn't get through one episode, maybe 2. Yeah.
Wow.
And I bought a Raftalia figure and all that bullshit, and
Oh,
the
you
show's crap
did.
now.
Oh, I recall you
Oh,
talking about this.
okay.
Yeah.
But okay, but buying only one album for a lot of our collector folks on the Discord, that's like terrible to only be able to buy one the whole year.
Like, I
But-
feel like if you're buying one and then you know for sure that you're gonna
Is it worth,
pick,
right? It's worth.
yeah, I think that's fine.
Sorry, let's clarify. You're not buying one album overall. You're only able to buy one copy of that one album.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
what I would.
You're not buying one album for 2023.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah. See,
It's
let's
that
say
one.
Rocket Punch
That's
comes
the
back
correct
next
one.
week. I'm buying one album and I'm pulling Jury's card.
Well, that's
Zit.
clearly better than my favorite show getting postponed.
Of course.
But you're able to focus on your future and
no,
invest
no.
in.
no.
No.
You have more time to do your hobbies if you just ignore your work, right, Anita? Yes.
What?
Yes.
I don't. I want to support
Clearly,
that.
the right one's better.
All right.
yes.
We're pulling a photo card then.
Yes,
All
100%.
right. We're pulling the photo card. All
That'd be
right.
fantastic. I wouldn't have to ever buy more than one then.
Round 2. NCT Hollywood debuts versus. You plug your USB flash drive in one go every time you try to plug it in.
Oh my god, that's tough for me. I have this issue right now. I bought a new Xbox controller, right?
Yeah.
I bought an Elite one, like the nice
Wow.
one.
Why is it just sitting on your desk?
No, because I
looks
play
really
FIFA on the
nice.
computer.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Look,
All right.
look at this. The knobs come off like they're magnetized.
Whoa.
Wait, is
Look
that
at this.
supposed to
The
do
deep-
that?
Yeah, the D-pad
Oh.
just comes off,
Okay.
right?
That's cool.
It's cool. It's cool, right?
Yeah. Okay.
The problem is every time I start up FIFA, in order to get the controller to read, I have to unplug and replug it in, and it
Oh.
drives me insane.
It's just not automatic Bluetooth.
My old controller, which is the same exact type of thing, it works every time. This one, though, for some goddamn reason, I have to unplug it and replug it in.
See, this
I
is
don't
why you
understand.
go for a dual shock.
That being said, I would rather have NCT Hollywood debut just because I'm so curious as to what it would look like. I could deal with like dilly-dallying with my USB all the time. I'd rather have NCT Hollywood.
Anita, at this point, are you actually still invested in NCT
That's-
Hollywood?
That's the question. I feel like it's a myth. I feel like it's like a tall tale of like that might have happened. Like there was talk about it, but
Yeah.
it never.
I
really
mean, they
was gonna
promised us
be a
NCT
thing.
Africa too at one
This is
point,
true.
guys.
Did
Like,
they?
they talked about it in a press release.
Yeah, I mean those press releases haven't really been coming.
All I know is we're still
coming
stuck
real,
with the
but-
Korean unit and the Chinese unit still. You know, we haven't had anything
Yeah,
else.
I don't know. I feel like it would be cool to just see what was happening, but yeah, I guess that would be nice.
I don't know.
I am leaning towards that.
I think it's cool to have, but I don't need it in my life. A USB flash drive I use like on a
Let's
weekly
expand that.
basis.
All of the crap you plug in like always goes in the first time. That's
Okay,
that's
sure.
basically what
Everything
I'm
that uses USB 3.0.
like
not
my
C.
controller would work every time when you plug in the thing into like in the middle of the night when it's dark and you're trying to plug in your charger, it just goes in.
Oh.
No problem. Like that. You don't have to turn on the light or be like, God damn it, and get up with the flashlight and do it, you know?
Okay, well, okay, that's definitely USB then.
Kind of agree.
Yeah, like come
No,
on.
because like I'd say every week, once or twice, like I have a major inconvenience with something like that, and I'm like, God damn it, right?
You always have to look at the. You always try to plug it in. It doesn't go in. So
Oh
you
my
just, like,
god, my
flip it
phone
around.
charger, the one near my bed, always unplugs itself, and it's so annoying. I've been debating taping it to the wall.
What?
It just unplugs itself. It's like the plug has no grip. It's terrible.
Oh.
Don't you have Type C?
No, I'm not. No, it's like
the other end of the.
The other end, the one that
Okay.
plugs in, it
Okay.
always falls out. That being said, I would deal with the inconvenience if I could get NCT Hollywood. 'Cause I'm so curious.
I low-key
I
don't
would-
need NCT Hollywood.
I don't need it. I just want to see. Like, I'm curious. You know,
Which would you choose,
Yeah, which one did you
Anita?
choose, Anita?
the NCT Hollywood.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
fine.
go.
USB
Just to see.
loses against NCT.
That being said, I brought this quote unquote elite controller. It does not help with my gameplay. I'm the same elo.
It never
did
does.
nothing. Although my carpal tunnel has gotten less, so it got more. Like, the old controller I had I bought about 10 years ago, which means this one is definitely more ergonomic than the last one.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a new mouse recently, and it's definitely helped with my carpal tunnel. So.
Cool.
All right, round 3. Blackpink has a singular comeback versus you find a good deal and buy 5 boxes of cherry tomatoes for $1.
You know what? F cherry
Come back.
tomatoes.
Come back. I don't even like them.
I don't like
I don't
cherry
like-
tomatoes.
I don't
They're
like
disgusting.
tomatoes.
Get out of here.
Guys, hear me out, right? Cherry tomatoes are so useful. 5 boxes for
No.
$1 will last you like 10 meals.
I don't need that many tomatoes.
Anita,
I don't even eat regular
you
tomatoes.
eat so much foods that are made of tomatoes.
The
But I
last
don't eat
time
cherry tomatoes.
I ate a tomato where it wasn't like in a salad or something, right? Like just straight up, I'm gonna eat a tomato. Was that time I mentioned when I was into Korea and I went to my sister's school and they fed me a tomato? That was about 9 years ago. That was the last time I straight up been
But
like, I'm gonna eat a tomato.
I'm not saying you have your 5 boxes of cherry tomatoes and you just eat it. I'm saying you can cook it. I'm saying you can chop it up and put it on your salad. You can put it on your pizza. You can make salsa with it. You
No.
can make
But
pico de gallo with
but
it.
No.
cherry tomatoes ain't that expensive, dude. Like it's not the end of the
Why
world.
so
But,
many
but
of them?
5
No.
boxes for $1.
I mean, that's a good deal. I'll give you
That's
that.
a good deal. That's an
I'm a-
impossible
It's a good
deal.
deal.
Each of those
For
little
somebody that loves
packages has to be
tomatoes.
like $2-3 these days, right? With inflation, right?
$2-3? Not in New York, my boy. Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's
dying over
expensive.
here.
Oh my god, the inflation must be hitting you terribly.
This was wishful thinking for Warren right
This
there.
is
He
my
wants the
wish
cherry
right there.
tomatoes. Yeah.
Stupid Long Island City with their expensive groceries. Look, at least the cherry tomatoes are healthy.
Okay.
Blackpink having a comeback.
That's
this-
that's better, I think.
Blackpink having a comeback in response to the IVE and New Jeans hype as of late and LE SSERAFIM hype would be very interesting to me. Right, Anita?
Yes.
I want to see what they would do.
The weird thing I've noticed about Blackpink, right? So, I was reading a lot of people's opinions and takes in terms of 2022 and the girl group renaissance that we've been having.
Mm-hmm.
People mentioned a lot of IVE. People mentioned a lot of G Idol, New Jeans, LE SSERAFIM. A lot of that conversation doesn't include Blackpink, and I think a huge part of that, right, is because Blackpink's success has been very fandom focused, especially in the West, whereas the other 4 has been very general public focused, especially with the Korean fandom. Even though they've been domestically doing really really well, and I know that Blackpink has had that domestic grip hold a while back. If you think about Turuturu or like Umbaya. So if they have a comeback, that's kind of what I'm wishing for. Not that they need it, but at the same time, it'd be cool if they got it, right?
I want it. I want it to happen, and I want the Jisoo solo, guys.
Is that
Yeah, we're still waiting on that.
is that actually gonna happen? Is it?
It has to. It
Is
has
it?
to.
When
They
Baby
should.
Monsters is coming out and God knows when?
Oh my god.
That being said, I'd be better. I really want the Blackpink comeback right now. That'd
Same.
be so much more fun.
Yes.
Low key.
No, you know what I want more than a Blackpink comeback? I want a Somi comeback. She went an entire calendar year without a comeback.
See,
Have you noticed this? Has anyone noticed this?
yes, because Blackpink has been active and Black Label only knows how to do one comeback at a time.
I was like, I saw Somi on Instagram because I think I'm following her Instagram, and I was like thinking, when's the last goddamn time Somi released something? Was like the thought I had, right? October 29th, 2021.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
See, that's the strategy with Black Label right now. Is the year Blackpink has a comeback, Somi doesn't do anything. When Somi does something, Blackpink doesn't do anything. That's their
but
strategy.
But for someone like Somi who's 21 years old to sit on the show for an entire year sounds absolutely ridiculous to me.
I will admit she's had this one commercial in Korea that I saw both times when I went to Korea last year, and it's been like stuck in my head. Like,
you know what's the crazy thing? I just looked up her Wikipedia page. Guess where she was born, guys? Warren, you know where Warren, like Windsor, Canada.
oh wow, what?
Yeah, dude.
Yo, she's my homie. What?
Yeah, Warren, you're from like 30, 40 minutes from there.
Yeah.
Right?
Why was she
Isn't
born
that
there?
crazy? I don't know. Windsor, dude. I've been to Windsor. That's crazy.
Why have you been to Windsor?
Well, we just went over the bridge because, you know, you
Right.
do that.
For context, Windsor is the town right across the border of Canada if you enter through Michigan.
Yeah, if you go from
Oh.
Detroit, there's a bridge to Canada and it drops you out in Windsor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I used to live, I wouldn't say 30, 40 minutes, but like maybe like 45 minutes away from the Canadian border. So we've been Windsor has this great sashimi place, by the way. Like, anyways. The reason Blackpink has a comeback thing is on here is because realistically, I don't think it's gonna happen. It looks
But
like
it would be great if it does.
it'd be great if it does. That's what I'm thinking.
Better
'Cause
than cherry tomatoes.
I would also take the cherry tomatoes because I like cherry tomatoes.
Blackpink comeback is priceless. F your $1 tomatoes.
All right, fine. Blackpink has a comeback. I will not complain. Round 4, we have you finding a singular $10 bill in your jacket pocket later down the year, right? Versus New Jeans does a hyperpop comeback.
I don't think I want them to do hyperpop. Right? Am I crazy about saying that?
I mean, I would be interested to see how they execute the genre, because they've been having hits so far, and their production team is really nice.
You know, I mean, they've been doing like relaxing K-pop so far,
Yeah.
but if you think about their musical producers behind the scenes, like Frank he's done stuff in the hyperpop realm. Like it's a little closer to industrial pop almost, but he's done it. So it's in the realms of realistic possibility. Do I think they'll do it? Probably not. Let's be honest. They're probably gonna try to build off of what they already have, but who knows?
But money is money too.
$10 whole. That's 2/3 of a Chipotle.
Is this a one-time $10 deal?
Yeah,
Like, or
yeah.
just once a month?
Just one $10 bill.
I feel like here's the thing. As much as like I'm not completely sold on the hyperpop stuff, you know that, right? Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm sure that their iteration of hyperpop would be the one that I
Right?
like the most,
It
right?
would be very
Right?
interesting.
Because I'm biased, AF, right?
Actually, yes. let's
It's
do
just
the
crazy
hyperpop
how
thing.
like I feel like all of my traditional groups were kind of in a lull last year, right? So all these rookies came out and slapped me in the face, and now they're all the groups that I care about at the moment. It's just strange.
Yeah,
we
it's
had last year was the generation shift.
Gen 4.
clearly.
Gen 4.
Yeah, it happened.
Gen
it
4.
happened.
It happened.
Who do you grandfather into that? Everyone, like all the recent groups? Is Stacy Gen 4?
Right, see, that's the question I've been struggling with. Is like, do we put aespa and Stacy in Gen 4, or do we keep
I
them in
think
Gen
you do.
3.5?
I think you
I think
do.
you do.
Yeah.
I think you do.
I think
I think it's from Espa onwards.
Okay, I would be okay with that. Last time I talked about this, I was a very strong proponent of keeping Stacy and aespa in Generation 3.5. But I feel like I've lost that war, and everyone just called it Gen 4, so that's what we're going with, I think. So essentially, you're paying $10 for a hyperpop New Jeans comeback.
Yeah,
That's cheap.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Well, I guess it's actually $30 because it's all three of us.
That's worth
fine.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna complain.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Right. All right, New Jeans does a hyperpop comeback in
I
2023.
love finding money though.
Oh, you can't tell me that after I've made the selection.
Okay.
All right.
NCT Hollywood or Blackpink?
All right, yeah, this is the quarterfinals. Or sorry,
I
semifinals.
honestly would rather have a Blackpink comeback than NCT Hollywood.
I agree. I mean, I'm a little scared of the Hollywood thing.
I am just so curious about Blackpink in the new landscape that we're in. I just want to see what they would drop.
My wish list for a next Blackpink comeback, something other than Teddy. Just,
I agree.
Maybe they will.
Can we get like, I know they collab with Western producers on all the beat tracks and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them. Let's get one of those.
They could do it.
who do you want?
I don't know many producers.
Okay, never mind.
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Who's the one person that made "I Just Wanna Rock" by Lil Divert?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's a hype song. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, rock.
Yeah, that thing. I don't know. That could work. Metro Boomin is still popping, right? Pure Born. I'm just naming hip hop artists. Anyways, I don't know. I kind of want to see the wreckage that NCT Hollywood is gonna be. You know, like the disaster that kind of forms on itself.
See, but is it gonna be a good thing? I feel like it could be a bad thing.
I'm not invested in it, so for me it's gonna be a good thing.
It was MC Vert made this song.
MC Vert, no idea who that is, but maybe he could collab with Blackpink. I don't know. I wouldn't complain if Blackpink did a Jersey House thing. Is all I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. If NCT Hollywood turns out to be a disaster, I'm not complaining. It's not like I have personal money invested in SM's
Here's the
success.
thing. I would choose NCT Hollywood if we get the reality show too. An American style.
Well, we're supposed to,
reality
right? Yeah, with MGM Studios.
If they had both of those and it was on like a single digit US TV channel on like Thursday nights at 8, oh my god, dude. It's all anyone would talk about.
That's not even all I'm not even asking for that. I'm just asking for Netflix.
Instead of people watching The Bachelorette or The Bachelor having parties every Monday or whatever the hell it is, people would have parties to watch this show every week, don't you think?
Yo, do you think Kyle's gonna make it or Jonathan's gonna make it?
I don't. No, I think Frankie got this, dude. He's been fist pumping. He's from the shore. He's gonna get this. Come on, Frankie. Come on. But yeah, I'd rather have the Blackpink.
All right. Are y'all for Blackpink then?
Yeah.
yes.
All right. Okay. Blackpink has a comeback. Moves on to the next round. All right. New Jeans does hyperpop versus you're able to buy only one album of your favorite group's comeback, but you pull your favorite member's photo card.
I would choose the right side with the album and the photo card for reasons.
Well, that's more of a short thing. Like, you like this.
I am addicted to
Yeah.
gacha and things like that.
Yeah.
If I was assured to like guaranteed pulls, like imagine you're guaranteed pulls in Genshin Impact. Or your guaranteed
That's
pulls
amazing.
in FIFA Ultimate Team. Like, if I open this pack, I'm getting Mbappe.
Okay.
You know?
Yes, but on the left, you're guaranteed a New Jeans comeback.
You're not sure if it's gonna be good though.
Here's the thing. I don't need to be assured a New Jeans comeback. I think that Adore got that. They understand what they're doing. They know.
That's true.
Yeah, they're probably not gonna pull a.
I trust
Reggie.
in Adore. I trust. This imagine you open the album and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get this person. Imagine if that was your superpower, like you win gacha every time you gacha
That's
something.
really nice.
That would be fantastic you could make money off of that, don't you think?
Well, I mean, technically the lottery is the gacha, so you could just.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I guess the one on the right is a little overpowered now that I think about it.
It's so overpowered. If you're like, I want this album, and it's like, if I get it twice, I'm gonna be assured to get a Sana photo card. It'd be fantastic. It'd be crazy.
Side.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going with the photo cards. Anita?
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping you'd say no, but okay. All right, we're going with the photo cards. All right, final round. You're only able to buy one album of your favorite groups, and you put your favorite member's photo card. Versus Blackpink has a comeback. All right, I'll take a Blackpink comeback over this. I'll be honest.
I would take a Blackpink comeback because
Yeah.
I don't want to wait another year when I'm 32 to get a Blackpink comeback.
I really don't collect photo cards. I'll be honest.
My attention span
That's
cannot wait
true.
another year
Yeah.
to get another Blackpink
Yeah.
song.
Anita, when's the last time you went on eBay to buy a photo card?
I don't.
Yeah,
I just very like once in a blue moon. If I get
None
an
of us
album.
collect photo cards, and yet this
Yeah.
has made it to the final round.
Well, I feel like if when it is that special occasion that you buy
Dude,
the album,
this-
you get what you like.
I don't know if they still do it, but when Twice used to just do, if you just pre-order our album, we'll give you a set of everyone. That was the best deal ever, was it not?
Oh yeah.
Well, wasn't
Pre-order set?
wasn't there a separate set that's only for pre-order, and then there's the regular set, and then there's the premiere set?
Well, the difference is the premiere set and all that, they come within the album, and you only get one of the set. But if you had pre-ordered any of the Twice albums, you got all 9 kids.
Yeah, but
Guaranteed.
I thought those 9 photos are different from the other sets.
Yeah, they are, but at a minimum, you got the person you liked at least once.
But I think people who collect photo cards want everything.
No, it's unrealistic to want everything because these days there's about 6 sets in each thing.
Oh, 6.
Yeah,
dude,
dude.
I know you're
there's
exaggerating, but
ridiculous,
still, yeah.
No, dude. There's like in certain albums, there's about 4 to 5, 6 different like types of photo cards within the album.
You better be
Oh man.
I'm not kidding.
joking.
No, they're like, oh, but there's a Polaroid set, and the disc is a gacha, and then this is gacha.
Oh,
There's
really?
about 5 to 6 elements that have different kids
All
on
right,
it.
you know
these
what?
days.
We used Twice earlier as an example. Let's look up Twice, right?
And you get like a bookmark, like it's one out of 9 bookmark to like straight up. It's
Right.
like this. now.
Between 1 and 2 by Twice, right? We're looking at Song, so album preview, right? Like they had 4
So
different
you
versions
got 1
of
out
the
of
album.
4 there.
Yeah.
You get photo books, right?
CD-ROM
You get a guy.
box.
So typically go up, go back to the CDs. That used to be gacha for Twice 2.
Oh. Well, now we
You
can choose
remember-
between the 4 different versions now, right?
You remember? No, you used to choose 1 out of the 4 albums, so that was a shirt, right?
Right.
And and this stuff was a shirt. But the CD, you used to get a member's picture on the CD too, so that's one element.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. I have a Twice
You
coaster
remember?
here.
You remember? I used to complain to you that I got Nyan over and over again on the disc.
You did, yeah. I actually kind of recall this.
Yeah, dude. So that used to be literally an element that they would vary up.
Oh shit. But yeah, I have Momo as the signal.
See, exactly. They used to do that. They're just ridiculous.
I'm looking up Feel Special. I have Geo on the CD.
See, I told you, dude. See, that's one element that was randomized.
I have this is Cosmic Girls. I think you gave this to me a while back, actually.
I don't think it's varied on them.
Oh, they just have a pattern.
Exactly.
Wow.
Okay, keep scrolling. Let's see all the photo card sets in here.
Give me one moment. Okay. Yeah. 4 different CD types, 4 different box types.
So there's a 1 out of 9 Polaroid photo card.
Polaroid
then
photo
a
card.
1 out of 9 crosscode photo card.
Crosscode photo card.
Jesus
Then a 1 out of 9 film photo sticker. 1 out
photo
of 9
sticker.
message photo
Photo
card.
card. Okay.
1 out of 9 folded poster. 1 out of
Wait, then we have photo cards.
5 out of 45 photo card. Yeah, dude,
See,
this is how
what-
much. So, and see, that's the pre-order set where you get everyone plus the group photo.
But see, that looks like a different set than the other
It
sets
is.
that we
It is.
Okay.
It is. It
So
is
that's
a different set.
7 different sets.
So there's about 6 to 7 different elements that you. So as I was saying, these days, with a Twice album particularly, you will not get everything. It's impossible unless you're willing to spend $1 gajillion.
How much do photo cards resell for? Do you know?
It depends. I know that my M Wave Eyes One photo cards, people are listing them on eBay for over $100.
Over
Oh my god.
$100.
And I know for a fact, like, there are certain Luna albums that sell in the hundreds as well.
Oh,
Because
that makes
they
sense.
were like low print issues.
Wow.
I don't want to go on eBay right now because I don't want you guys to look at the weird stuff I've been buying. But
Okay.
man, so, yeah, I'm looking at full sets selling for like $300.
So right now there's an Eyes One rare M Wave photo card on eBay. The person wants $120 for it.
Oh god. Okay. Well, it's
People are serious about this, dude. Yeah.
not a fan of the resale market in general, but it is what it is.
I rather choose the Blackpink comeback, right, Anita?
Well, hold up. Now that I know how much money each photo card is worth, now I'm leaning a little more towards the left.
If you were
You
just
gonna resell?
guaranteed Geo all 6 items, dude. Guaranteed.
Well, you know, my favorite
Amazing.
member is Sana. It always
you know-
been Sana. You know, Sana photo card expensive, I think. So,
You know the thing with Sana? Let's say you were guaranteed you got all Sana products, you could probably sell that album online for like triple the price that you bought it for.
$300.
Not
No.
100. Let's say the album with shipping was like $40 or whatever. I'm sure someone, if you had all the Sana elements, would probably give you $100. No problem.
Yeah, that sounds actually realistic. Yeah, I like money. I'm taking the one on the left.
So that's why people used to do group orders back in the day, where they would have one central person buy like 1,000 albums, and then they would
Right.
try to give you
The version
all
that
of
you
the
like.
Sana things,
Okay.
or whatever.
Good God.
But I did group orders twice and I got scammed both times.
Yeah.
Don't ever do them.
Oh no.
It's on you, man.
God damn it. Okay.
All right, Anita's down to you.
The argument
Hello.
for
Sorry.
the the argument for the photo cards thing business.
Money.
It's pretty strong. But you know what? I'm not that type of person, you know? Like I'm not trying to make money out of this.
Really?
You know, it should be fun. It should be for your own enjoyment.
Can you donate all the money that you have in 2023 to me?
No.
Okay. Fine. All right, you choosing Blackpink?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
All
gotta
right.
be in our area.
This is official. The best convenience or best thing that could happen in 2023 is Blackpink having a comeback.
I agree, dude. Like, I need more Blackpink.
This
didn't
would
even
be better
specify,
than
like-
world peace. This would be better than the ozone layer fully healing itself. This,
Well now.
All right. That's all I have ready for today, Douglas.
All right. So this wraps up episode 220. Will you see you guys next time, everyone? Bye.
Bye.
Bye.